And welcome everybody to episode 10 of Comic Confidential, the weekly podcast where we bring you the week's comic-related news, views, and reviews. I'm your host, Kade, and with me as always is Troy.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Exhausted.
Really?
Yes.
Why's that?
Oh, just the life of
life?
Yeah, just life.
Just life in general. It's just exhausting. You've got no idea.
You've got no idea.
I'm sure it is, but it has been a pretty big week.
It's been huge.
We've had a lot of stuff that has happened this week. We've got the Suicide Squad 3 trailer, which dropped, which we'll talk about later. There's some exciting Batman news, which we'll talk about later. We've also got Doctor Strange, which is the thing we're going to talk about today. That trailer dropped.
Sure did.
So it has been a massive week.
Yes.
Yeah.
These 3 news stories have worn me out.
Just those 3. That's it. That's all it took.
Yeah.
Good times. I will then take the opportunity to thank absolutely everybody for listening, as I do every week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook at Comic Confidential Podcast, Instagram and Twitter at Comic Con Pod, and there's always the beautifully polished website, ComicConPod.com. I almost forgot what it was.
You forgot our website. Holy shit. Off to a cracker start this week.
Off to a cracker.
Let's talk about news.
Okay, let's just get into it then.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
That Suicide Squad trailer.
Oh, boy.
Man, how good was that?
Man, that really sort of, it's hyped it up for me now. Like, I was already like pretty keen for this movie, but that trailer, they just did everything right. Like, as far as the music playing, like, just... They said that they went back and they reshot scenes for humor value.
Well, I don't know if that was like the whole reason. I reckon that might have been a rumor thrown out there.
Yeah.
So, that's just dickheads on the internet.
Because I don't think they needed it.
No, either do I.
Like this trailer in itself proves that it's going to be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the things that we got to see though.
Mm-hmm.
Harley Quinn's hammer.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Probably not what she's going to use as a weapon of choice, because you always see her with the baseball bat.
Yeah, that's right. And for those who haven't seen it, we've actually got that screenshot on the website.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go check that out.
Yeah, and it's got a nice little smiley face on it underneath it as well, which is cool. We got to see a couple of Captain Boomerang's weapons.
Yeah, only really quickly.
Very quickly.
Man, if you had a keen eye, you saw that.
I've got the keenest eye.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Stop winking at me.
Sorry. Can't help it. You're just so beautiful. Enchantress, we saw a little bit more of. I did read something on the internet, as I do, that says that she's probably going to be the villain.
Yes.
Or that's the biggest, the biggest rumor. Which I can go with. I can agree with.
Yeah, and I agree with this because you see this part where she's in the White House. And they've got the Suicide Squad members on the board. On their screen. Yeah, she's not pictured there.
Oh, where Amanda Waller is in.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So where she's introducing the Suicide Squad to everybody.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good point. So it's a very good chance. There does seem to be like a little bit of a mystical element to it as well, like with the bad guys and all that sort of stuff. So it's a very good chance, but we don't know.
That's right.
It could be anything. Hoping that they don't do what they've done with. Batman vs Superman and things like that, in the sense of showing us way too much. But I think they haven't done that so far, which is really good. And we're up to trailer 3, so that's got to be it, right? So heaps more Batman.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yes.
Now, I really thought that, he was only going to play a minor part, but it really looks like they're going to have quite a big role. Well, not a big role, but a big role for him.
Yeah. And one thing that I'm not sure about this movie is, does it take place after or before the Batman vs Superman or Superman Returns?
Yeah,
it's not
Superman Returns.
Oh
Please
gosh,
don't.
What's wrong with me?
No, it's definitely not Superman Returns, but Dawn of Justice.
Yeah,
I don't know,
because in the trailer they do say, what if Superman wanted to rip the roof off the White House and take the president?
Yeah, I would say, if I was going to say anything, I'd say before. But it's really hard to, it's... Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just dying over here.
He's alive, folks.
Oh, my goodness.
He's alive. I've lost track of where I was.
Yeah, we're talking about Superman taking the
Oh,
robot.
yes. Yeah. So I would say that it's probably set before. And this is probably what leads him to kind of, like feel like he needs to bring him down at some point.
Okay, so you think this is the in-betweener?
Yeah, because remember in Batman vs Superman as well, he also says that they have a history of
dealing with
clowns.
Yeah.
So I would say that this interaction with the Joker, which we also see a lot more of, which is cool, is probably going to play into that, and it'll probably be a little bit of a prequel, as it were.
What do you think of him in this trailer, the Joker?
I love it.
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's going to be completely different to what we've seen before. But that's not a bad thing. I think, it's going to be a fresh take from Jared Leto, which is good, which is really good. And he's a really good actor, real versatile. I think, he delved quite deeply into the character. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The only the one thing else that I wanted to mention is that it seems to me that aside from maybe the gathering of the Suicide Squad themselves, the Harley Quinn origin story seems to be massive in this movie.
Yeah, it seems to be a big player. And I don't know if that's, just editing to make people really excited because it's Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Or if this is like Harley Quinn and friends.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah. It's it could really be like a 20-minute, thing that takes up a 2-hour movie. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said, it could just be, really good editing, but who knows? Either way, I'm super fucking excited.
Well, yeah, that's right. And, there was also behind the scenes shots of dead shots. What am I thinking here? Introduction.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Origin.
Origin, yeah.
Yep.
So, maybe we've seen all of Harley Quinn's introduction already.
Yeah, I hope not.
Or, a large amount.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see. Batman obviously saves her at some point, underwater. He's got that cool little mouth.
Yeah, that little...
The bat breather.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call it. the bat oxygen tank.
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, moving on. But still the same sort of thing. Because it has now been announced officially that Ben Affleck is confirmed to direct and star in a solo Batman film.
And right.
Yeah. So the guy's going to do everything. Now, say what you will about Affleck as an actor. As a writer/director, he is great.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's done some really, really good work and some Oscar-winning work, not
That's
just
it.
Oscar-nominated, Oscar-winning work, which I think is going to be really cool. But yeah, so Warner Brothers CEO Kevin Tsujihara, my Japanese is rusty.
Oh,
I'm going to say Tsujihara.
Yes,
has confirmed it. He came out and confirmed it, and it's going to be co-written with Chief Creative Officer of DC Comics Jeff Johns, who Affleck is often, well, maybe once, I don't know, is that often, has described as his comics muse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if there's anything comics related he needs to know,
he goes to him.
Oh,
cool.
So I think it's in really good hands.
Yeah. Well, there's never been someone so invested in a comic book movie than this.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, that's exactly right. Like the triple threat, writer, director, and actor.
Yeah, that's it. So I feel this is going to be the best Batman movie that we'll ever get, or best Batman series if he continues to, do more than the one movie.
Yeah, and I think it's good in a way that it's gonna drop Zack Snyder from the universe, and not to take anything away from Zack Snyder. I know a lot of people didn't like his stuff. I think he's personally a really he's a good director, but it's going to put a completely fresh take on the character.
Yeah,
and I love Ben Affleck's movies, man.
Is he going to be a producer?
I would say so.
You would think so.
You would think so.
There'll still be elements of the Zack Snyder universe in there, surely.
Yeah.
Because, it's a visually awesome universe. I hope they carry that over, just with a bit better storytelling.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They need to.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck will do that because I love him. I love him to death. I love you, Ben Affleck.
Run away with me. Well, staying in the theme of new movies.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. Apparently could be using some unique 3D technology.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the technology is going to be new, but it might be the way that it's being used.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the times, and when you look at a lot of Marvel movies, they do have 3D aspects to them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't add anything to the story. It doesn't do a thing.
And that's what they're going to be doing with this Doctor Strange, is that they're actually going to be using the 3D element to
build.
To play, build. To build that story.
Yeah.
So, and when you're using all this magic and the, alternative universes here, work really well.
Yeah. Well, because you and I went and saw Avengers in 3D.
And it was the worst fucking thing we ever did.
It was shit. It was the shittest thing I've ever done in my life. And, we went back and watched it again in 2D to make sure that we got the full sort of scope of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it took a lot away from it. And that's the last one that we saw in 3D, and we sort of refused to go.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, I might give a go. Like if they are going to do it, to really sort of like to pull the movie together.
Yeah, to push a big story element, I'm for it.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll still watch it in 2D because, to be honest with you, I hate 3D movies.
Yeah, it hurts
I think
my
they're
eyes.
completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
The glasses are stupid. Yeah. What else can you say?
Guess you're not a fashionista.
No, obviously not. I just don't understand how they haven't made like a single visor, 3D glass yet. Why there still has to be the divide in the middle, that because that's what I concentrate on. I focus on that little bit that sits on my nose, and I like.
So what you really want is like some contact lenses?
Yes, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, make me some 3D contact lenses.
Oh.
So A, I don't look like an idiot in the cinema, which is dark where no one's looking at me anyway. but B, it's, there is nothing obstructing my view.
Well, what if like another screen came down of the 3D film?
Well, that'll be cool too. You've
Actually,
got all
mate.
these ideas.
Man.
Why are you making this happening?
Yeah.
Why are you here podcasting with me when you're obviously some sort of genius
Yeah.
of some description?
Wasted talent.
Speaking of geniuses, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
He is.
But his movie coming out next year, 2017, has a title, and it's called Spider-Man Homecoming,
Yes.
which is pretty sweet, isn't it?
It is. It's clever.
It's clever. If you don't get the reference, shame on you. But it's obviously, it's a homecoming of him from Sony. Was it Sony? I think had the rights.
Yeah.
To Marvel, and so to Marvel Studios, who now own the rights and can do with him as they please.
Do they own the rights or is it like a shared rights?
Maybe shared rights.
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Either way,
Best thing Sony's probably ever done.
yeah, I think so. Relinquishing it, giving it to Marvel. We've already seen him, pop up in the Civil War trailer, and he already looks great.
Yeah.
So I really hope that that they do the right thing with him, because it's important. If they've made all these big moves, make sure that the movie's great.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yep.
2017.
Yep. Also, homecoming dance because he's going to be a junior high school student.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a stretch.
Pretty sure it's not. I think that's what it might be about.
Okay, so you think everything's going to revolve around the prom?
Yeah, I bet you it does.
All right.
Yeah.
Bet you $5.
Bet you $5 roonies.
All right. You're on. But we do have more sort of exciting news for that movie now. We already know that Tom Holland is Spider-Man. We already know that Zendaya is a person, and she's going to be in the movie as someone.
Yeah.
But there are now rumors that former Batman Michael Keaton is possibly going to be cast as a villain.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this out there because it'll just be super amazing.
Yeah.
I reckon they're going to cast him as Vulture
Oh, yeah.
because he's an older villain.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he played Birdman.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what they'll do.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they pick a really cool villain.
I hope that they're not going the Osborn route again.
No, surely not. Surely not. That's been done, and it's been done 2 times very recently.
Yeah. I forgot the reboot was Osborn as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So, don't give us any more Osborns.
Yeah.
Give us someone new.
And don't show us his uncle dying again.
We know he dies.
Yeah.
It's okay. Uncle Ben, literally the only character in the Marvel Universe that has died and stayed dead.
Yeah.
I think. Got to be close. The poor bastard. Everyone else has found a way to come back, usually as some sort of superhero or something.
Yeah.
But no, Uncle Ben is dead. Apparently you can't bring back people over the age of 75.
Had to be a super bullet.
Yeah, it must have been something.
A kryptonite / silver bullet.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because he was a Kryptonian werewolf, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. That's fair. But yeah, look, hopefully Michael Keaton's in it. He's a great friggin' actor, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if him being Batman at some point will really take away from it. I hope it doesn't. I hope the people on the internet don't start getting the shits because, oh man, that's Batman. How's Batman going to be? Guess what? That was 1980 something.
Yeah, I was going to say, no one will actually remember
No one now.
Yeah.
No one that's on the internet. You millennials.
Yeah.
Shake my fist.
Back in my day.
But it's a fair point. It was like, 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Was that the
relax.
first
86,
like,
I think.
proper Batman movie?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it was.
Adam West might have done something.
Oh, not including, that saga.
Oh, yeah, then I think so.
Yeah, I think it was. Like, it was the first, big franchise.
Yeah, he would have been cast. He would have been the original Batman movie universe Batman.
Yeah. There you go.
So it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
But just drop it. Just leave it go. He's a new man now.
Yeah, he's Birdman.
He's
now.
moved on. He's Birdman now. Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
They were the biggest ones. There was probably more.
There's probably more, but that's what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, they were like the biggest ones. So that's going to bring us to the weekly wrap.
And that's going to bring us to the weekly wrap. Now, even though season 6 of The Walking Dead has wrapped up, or I guess it's bitten the dust.
Well, yeah.
But fear not. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, these are terrible. Anyway, we are going to go on to Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Fills its slot, so let's talk about that bad boy.
Tries to fill its slot.
Tries.
Yeah.
And that's the key word here, isn't it?
It does try. Look, in the season 2 premiere Monster, we regroup with Madison Clark and her kids Alicia and Nick, along with Travis Manoa and his shit of a son Christopher, as well as old hard man Daniel Salazar and his daughter Ophelia, as they flee from the zombie-infested inferno that is now Los Angeles to Victor Strand's floating palace of a yacht, the Abigail. Now, I made mention of everyone's names because if you're anything like me, you've already forgotten who all of them are.
Yeah, you were very specific about that.
I wanted everyone to remember because I got to the end of the episode and I'm like, what's that chick's name? Who's that guy?
Yeah.
What's that dude's name? And, my partner was like, oh, that's Madison, and that's, such and such, and all that sort of stuff.
Really?
So, obviously, I'm really bad with it. I think it took me like a good 3 seasons to remember Rick.
No, that's fair call.
So, if you're anything like me, there you go.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But can I just say, look, it could also be that 7 episodes in, this the show hasn't really given us anything like as far as the characters go to really sort of care about. I think Strand is pretty cool, a little bit enigmatic or whatever. Salazar, the old man, has a cool backstory.
Yeah,
but other than that, I'm struggling to really sort of get into it and care.
Yeah, well, that's right. The writers haven't given us like any character depth or anything like that. The characters are just pretty basic. They're basic bitches.
They're a bunch of basic bitches. But realistically, it's just like it's just a bickering family. Or a couple of bickering families that are like stuck on a boat together.
Yeah, that's it. It's like they don't understand the situation they're in.
Yeah. Look, I think obviously Strand does. He's the only one that really sort of gets it. And that's, I think, why I like him and why I like Salazar. Because they both understand that, shit has hit the fan.
Yeah.
And it's probably the end of the world.
Yeah, and it's us and them.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
But everyone's still carrying on like, oh, yeah, this isn't all that bad. But why'd you touch my stuff? And, all that sort of stuff. It's like, you got to get over it, guys. You got to understand you are now a part of the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Probably not the way I would have started out the season, which I would like to call, instead of a bottle episode, a boatle.
A boatle episode? Yeah.
So it's basically an episode stuck on a boat. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
because it kind of was.
Yeah. Well, this could have also been last season's finale episode.
Yeah.
Because it didn't really kick the season off.
Yeah.
At all.
It's basically started season 2 with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Which, we just finished season 6 on. So why not just finish on that cliffhanger?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I still hold out hope for the show because, there are a couple of things that it did well. I want to make mention of when they're first escaping on the island, it's pretty the only time that you actually, really sort of, get a sense of how bad things are in Los Angeles.
Yes, yes.
But when they're escaping and they're jumping in the boat and Nick does the old propeller to the face of that one zombie.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So that was pretty cool. That was something that I like. One thing that I did love, right, was the end when, Nick is underwater for whatever reason. They're just having a swim in the ocean. Like, that's fair, I guess.
No, because what's that dickhead kid? What's his name? Chris. I fucking hate him.
I just told you.
Yeah, well,
so you've forgotten.
I've already forgotten. Yeah. But that guy's a fucking idiot, man.
Dickhead Chris from Fear the Walking Dead. He is. He's, and look, in all fairness, his mother just died. So, you have to, and she didn't even die. Like, she was shot in the head by his dad. And I know it was necessary, but that can be traumatic to a kid. But I think it's time to stop playing the little bitch and grow up a bit.
Yeah, mate, look at what you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a zombie apocalypse.
Get your shit together.
Anyway, my point is that the whole scene was done really well with Nick, sort of underwater, and then there's a floating zombie that sort of floats above him, I guess, and that's when they find the wreck. Because I really love the idea of zombies in the water. It's something that's appealed to me for like the longest time, because ever since I saw, bear with me while I try to friggin' remember the movie, Zombie Flesh Eaters, or commonly known as Zombie 2, maybe.
Oh.
You're looking at me?
Yeah, never heard of it.
Weird look on your face. It's from the late 70s. And horror/zombie genius Lucia Fulci basically created a scene where it's a zombie versus shark.
Right.
This
brings back a memory here.
Right. So this is just all it is. It just shows you one scene where there's a zombie just walking on the bottom of the ocean.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden a shark attacks him, and the zombie's fighting the shark, and the zombie takes a bite out of the shark, and the shark pisses off. And it's pretty cool because even in 1979, he had the foresight to like remove the air bubbles and all that sort of thing.
Oh, really?
So it looked like the zombie wasn't actually
that's cool.
like breathing underwater as they can't, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. And this was kind of reminiscent of that sort of thing, which I really liked. But I don't know, man. I think ultimately it was a very hit and miss episode.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. This episode I found a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
The fact that these guys are like just setting in to have a dinner, which is, fair enough.
Yeah.
They're out on the water, no one else is around.
Yeah.
Then old mate goes out on the back deck to have a swim.
Yeah.
How does he not see the smoke? That's literally right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, it's a flaw. It's a massive flaw.
And everyone comes out and they don't notice it.
Until like the smoke kind of clears and there's a massive wreck and there's bodies everywhere, and it's like, and then they're kind of like, oh, somebody did that to somebody. And it's like, well, who did that? How do you know like somebody just didn't die and was a zombie and then the whole thing sort of like fell to shit or whatever? My question though is this. I don't know the exact time frame, but am I really led to believe that people have turned this bad this quickly?
Yeah.
Like, I understand when shit goes wrong, people will riot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this bad?
Yeah, because how long did the first season go for? I'm sure it was a handful of days, maybe 3 or 4.
I'd give it weeks, in the sense that because the army came and they cordoned off the area and they grouped all those people into the compound or whatever.
Yeah.
That could have taken some time. But I mean from the time that they kind of got to LA where shit was kind of, like starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
And then they get to Strand's house and then they make it to the boat. Like, really? That's less than a week. Has to be less than a week.
Yeah.
And we're talking about people have run out of supplies and people are like, turning on each other already.
Yeah.
And it's like a fight for survival.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit too quick for me. I don't think people would be that quick. I might have too much faith in people, but I don't think they'd be that quick to A, lose their shit and become like evil, and B, would run out of supplies. I probably have enough stuff in my house right now that I could get through, a week or two fairly comfortably.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Could be just me.
Yeah, maybe. But, I got a couple of things I didn't like about this episode.
Yeah.
One was, how did they not see this boat on the radar?
Yeah. That's very fair.
That shit show. Fish show up on your fucking radars.
But especially because they reference the other boat that's coming towards them.
Exactly. Oh, that was very annoying. That's kind of not sticking true to your points.
Yeah.
And the fact that this girl was allowed to have a radio.
The whole time.
And
she's taking up the radio the entire time.
Yeah.
Having like a
fucking D&M with some weirdo.
Well, some guy.
Yeah.
That's like, if you let your kid use the phone for too long, you get up them.
Yeah.
It's like, get off the phone.
Oh, well, the fact that, she's come out and she says, oh, there's these people in trouble. I've been talking to them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you take that shit off her?
Yeah. Look, I don't know. And I think, and this show suffered from this in the first season as well. And yes, I understand that the first season was only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So was The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And within six episodes of The Walking Dead, I was into it, man.
Yeah.
I was done. I was like ready to just like sell my friggin' unborn first child to like get myself to a second season. But I think with this show, it suffers from poor writing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have its own direction yet.
No.
It was really supposed to be about the lead up to it.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden, first episode of season 2, we're smack bang in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, as it were.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, apparently it's supposed to catch up to the timeline of The Walking Dead.
Okay.
But this show's pacing at the moment is very, very slow.
Yep.
So
who knows?
Who knows, yeah.
We'll see. It's 1 episode in. We're going to continue to talk about it for the rest of the season. Give me a rating.
I'm going to give it, and this is probably a little generous, but I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 floating zombies.
Okay. That is generous.
Yeah.
I'll give it. Okay. I will agree with you, and I'm not just going to agree with you every time you say something, but I'll agree with you in the sense that it had its moments, but it's still trying to find its direction. So it wasn't a bad episode. I wasn't finding myself like flicking through my phone or anything like that. But it built to nothing. So it's a good, solid bottom of the scale 3 for me. Yeah, but we'll see what happens.
It just scraped over.
Yeah, just. We'll see what happens next week. Speaking of not scraping over, Supergirl.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go through the synopsis. I'll go through the whole thing like I normally do, but I'll rage in a second.
Save it.
So, Non unleashes a mind control device, turning the citizens of National City into zombie environmentalists. Kara agrees that bombing the city seems to be her best option out, and Hank and Alex come out of hiding to try and fail to save the day.
Hooray.
Look, just when you thought this show couldn't get any worse, the writers or the producers or whoever is in control come and bring about the dumbest plot point I have ever seen in my life.
There was so many stupid fucking things to this episode.
The whole thing, man. And, okay, so basically the premise is exactly that. Non wants to try to save Earth by
controlling
everybody and making them all work to find solutions as to how we can reverse the damage that's already happened.
Which, to be fair, that's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. But here's the biggest question I have, right? The biggest question that I have out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. This was an idea. This whole myriad idea was shunned on Kryptonite, right?
On Krypton, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. Shunned on Krypton. I'm just so angry.
Yeah.
It's shunned on Krypton. When, potentially it could have made a difference. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it was shunned so late that the world exploded within like weeks of them deciding that it's a bad idea, right?
Wouldn't you just do it?
Why did it take so long?
Yeah.
Right? Why, how have you left it to the point that this is like that? Then you decide, oh, well, no, that's a shit idea, but we also don't have any. So now now that Krypton is just going to die and we'll all die with it.
Yeah.
Then you bring it to Earth, and Earth is probably hundreds of years away from something similar.
Yeah.
Yet now it's kind of like, oh, we'll do this now, and it's all good. And I can't understand. I can't understand.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to this whole Krypton thing.
Yeah.
They obviously had... Now, the Kryptons mustn't be the smartest race out there.
Well, they're supposed to be pretty smart.
Yeah, I know they are.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
But how come they have space travel vehicles?
Right.
But they send 2 people out of the whole planet.
Right.
Elsewhere.
Right.
You knew your planet is dying.
2 babies.
Yeah, 2 babies. Well, one was a child and one was a baby.
Well, yeah.
But your planet is dying. You have a rough idea when it's going to die. How about you just build a handful of spaceships and take as many people as you can?
Right?
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 Fuck, man.
Because you've obviously researched Earth enough to know that, this is a safe place for you to send your son and, your cousin or whatever, or niece or nephew. I don't understand the whole thing.
Their daughter.
Whatever. But if you know that that's the right move, why aren't you doing that?
Yeah. Anyway, back to what this episode was.
Back to this whole thing. So this whole thing it's like a mind control thing.
Yeah.
And I have another question for you.
Okay.
So if this is a whole mind control thing and everybody just drops what they're doing and they're just like, oh, okay, we're going somewhere, wherever the somewhere is, because they never actually reference where all the people are going, why isn't anybody naked? Like, why isn't anybody, in the shower?
Yep. No,
or
I get
just,
that.
do you know what I mean? Why is everybody just perfect?
Oh, Mr. Hollywood over here.
Excuse me, everybody. I just have an important business call to take. I promise that won't happen again. Back to my rage. Why is it that everybody just happens to be in their perfect dress clothes?
Yeah.
Come on. You could at least have someone in some pajamas or something. Just make it a bit more realistic. Just stretch it a bit.
Well, it could have been done right in the middle of the workday, but not everyone is employed.
Well,
oh no, it wasn't.
It was at
done
night.
Yeah, that's right.
It was at night.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so this is the thing. I get home from work and I'm done, man. I'd change. I'm relaxed. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, in your gym clothes or whatever.
Whatever
your
it is.
Clothes.
My home clothes. My daggy home clothes.
Yeah.
But apparently, look, everybody is perfectly dressed. It just shows they've suspended all disbelief for this particular episode. And it shit me to tears.
Well, what really shit me to tears? Was the fact that Superman was controlled by this thing.
Right?
Yes. And Max's explanation was he's been here longer, so he's been affected.
It was fucking, he's gone to school and he's watched Sesame Street.
Yeah.
His exact words. So because he's been on the planet for 30 years or whatever, his brain waves are more susceptible to this thing.
Well, that's bullshit because, Kara, when she got to Earth, she was, 8 years old or something.
So she's probably been on Earth for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
At least. You'd think that, she went to school here.
Oh, probably 20 years,
Was she not exposed to fucking Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Did she not have a human mother, sister, father?
Yeah. I know.
Right?
I know.
Okay. But here's where it gets worse. Because apparently Maxwell Lord knew that all this was going to happen. And not only did he create an ion blocker or whatever it was for himself, he also made a pair of earrings for Cat Grant.
Yeah.
Fuck. I know, and let me say that thank God this show has Callista Flockhart.
Yeah.
Because she adds some sort of life to it. But I know, that's just a fucking, just a weak way to try to keep a character in the show.
Well, the thing is, how did Max know?
Well, I don't know. There was some brief explanation about people he knew that they were tapping into his thing, so he kind of he kind of anticipated that it was going to happen, or some crap.
Oh,
but it's
on.
Where do you draw the line? Anyway. So he decides that the best course of action is to drop a bomb on the whole thing, kill everybody, and we move on. Right?
Yes.
Basically.
Well, not everyone. Kill, 8% of the population?
Yeah.
And there's approximately 4 million or some shit that Cat Grant said, which she, on the spot, figured out to be 300,000 people.
Yes. Now, that's a lot of people. But here's the thing. Supergirl is just oh, I wish there was another way, but I think you're right. It's okay, so the writers are then making us believe that this symbol of hope and this person that we're supposed to look up to and this character that they're trying to get little girls to be and want to idolize and all this sort of stuff would just so quickly just admit defeat after all the shit that she has been through in her life and all the battles that she's had to fight and all this. She would just turn around and go, yep, you know what? you're probably right.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else right in this very second. So, let's do it. Let's bomb National City.
Yeah. And, one thing that kind of annoyed me out of this episode,
just one.
Yeah, another thing that annoyed me out of this episode was we've seen she is as fast as a Flash.
Yes.
Hypothetically.
Yes.
3 people were falling off a tower that's, what do you say, 80 meters tall?
Yeah.
How come she could only save 2 and let that other person die?
Can I just say that other person has a name, right? And her name is Kelly.
Oh,
okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she's dead now. So you don't get to just forget Kelly, okay? Because we never met her before that episode, man. And now we're led to believe that she was such an important part of Kara's life that she would be devastated. Now, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
She could have easily done it.
Yes.
It was just another pointless exercise into trying to build some drama that was never coming.
Let me ask, what was her name? Kelly, did you say?
Kelly.
Did she have a red shirt on?
No, she didn't.
She didn't have a red shirt?
She didn't have a red shirt on, but she definitely should have.
Yeah.
A bit of a Star Trek reference there.
Yes.
But no. Anyway, season 1, Office Muse, Kelly, R.I.P.
And never forget.
Lest we forget.
I think this was the second last episode of the season.
It is. Okay. And, all right. Now, I want to present to you what I would like to call my dick move of the week.
Yeah.
This is my dick move of the week. And out of all the shows and all the characters, this is the biggest dick move of any character on any show for the week, right? Alex Danvers, right?
Yeah.
Kara's sister. Because she is so pig-headed, right?
Man.
And just needs to be this fucking hero to come and save the day, decides that not only is she going to weaken John Jones so he can block her mind so she can go to National City and provide no assistance whatsoever, she's also going to be basically the driving force as to why he is incapacitated and nearly killed. And not only that, she then goes there and gets mind controlled and is then forced to fight Kara in a fucking battle suit full of kryptonite with a kryptonite sword.
Yeah.
Now, I know they had to get her there at some point to try to build to something, this big battle with her sister that she doesn't want to have or whatever.
Yeah.
But fuck me, if you're that much of a bitch that you know that you're going to endanger everybody just because you want to try to be the hero, man, you get dick move of the week every week. The medal is in the mail.
Yeah.
It's coming, Alex Danvers.
No, I agree. That was so fucking
Registered
stupid.
post.
One cool thing
Yeah.
is that John Jones can transform into a little kid.
That is cool.
That's cool.
This is where they need to focus the show
Yeah.
on.
Can they just make a Martian Manhunter show?
No, just make a spin-off.
Yeah.
Just get rid of everyone else and just make a spin-off. And I want to use this to say that I am officially done with this show.
Oh.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
done, man. I will do the season finale.
Yeah.
Right? And then I can't do season 2.
All right.
I can't do season 2.
All right. So what you're saying is you're going to drop this show? You want to drop this from the podcast?
I've given it 18 episodes.
Yeah.
Right? And in 18 episodes, it has given me one good episode and one relatively good episode.
Yeah.
Right? The episode before the season finale, it gave us one of its worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So I can't unless the finale blows my mind.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Okay. No, I feel you.
quit.
I feel you. All
right.
You're on notice, Supergirl.
Supergirl, you got one episode left.
And if you don't blow our socks off, you're done.
I'm sure she's, shaking in her boots.
Oh, she
sure
better
she
be.
cares. But anyway, should we rate it? I think we've kind of given it a rating.
Yeah. Let's give it an official Comic Confidential rating.
Yep.
Okay, you go first.
I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I'm giving it a 2 and not a 1 is because of the brief glimpses, again, of the Martian Manhunter that we saw that, actually show that this show has potential to be something better than it actually is.
Yeah.
And Callista Flockhart and the Harrison Ford reference, which is pretty cool because I don't know if you know this, they're actually married in real life. So that's what the whole thing was.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
well, there you go. So that was funny. That was cool. She's probably the saving grace for the show, her and Kara, even though Kara had a shit of an episode. 2 out of 5, but ultimately I wish I was controlled by Myriad. and was just a mindless zombie, and I didn't have to put up with this shit.
I think this is what this episode was made for, mindless zombies.
Yeah.
Because I agree. I'm going to give it 2.5. Only because we do get to see Martian Manhunter, and I think it's amazing that they can make him look that good on a TV budget.
Yeah.
So just make a whole show about him and get rid of all this other shit.
Yep. Moving on.
Yeah, on to Gotham.
Oh, I've worked up a sweat. Let's get on to Gotham.
Yes, Gotham. Into the Woods.
Yes.
Ooh. Jim finally clears his name by outing the Riddler. The Penguin finally returns, but unfortunately, and inexplicitly...
Explicitly?
Yeah.
Explicitly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
inexplicitly.
Yeah, so does Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Barbara.
Yeah. I think this is a I want to start off on a negative with this because I want to finish on a positive because it wasn't a bad episode. I actually really enjoyed it. Two things that I really don't get is the Penguin's side story. What was the point now that he's back? What was the point of the whole thing?
I think it's so he could have wealth.
But does he have wealth?
Well, actually, no. Yeah, that's right. It's not explained. So,
yeah. So I get that, right? So now he could have a lot of money and potentially, gain some power. But fuck, man, do we need to go through all that just to get to there?
Well, the thing is, he didn't need to go into Arkham Asylum.
Nope.
He didn't need to, become, and I'm doing air quotes here, good.
Yeah.
And then to, I guess regain his evilness.
Yeah, because his dad showed that he would have accepted him no matter what.
Yeah.
So there was really no need for that story. I also don't believe there's any need for the Barbara Gordon story.
Oh, man.
It's, I don't really see a lot of point.
Yeah.
Again, you've got a person who's normal, who's gone bad, who is apparently back to normal. And can I just say, Arkham Asylum, man, just become sane, out the door.
Yeah.
No ramifications.
And well, she's even like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
She's like, I think I need to stay."
She brutally murdered her parents.
Yeah.
And has been, right there in the murder of other people.
Yeah.
Right beside, what's that kid's name? Can't remember. Jerome. Right beside Jerome when he killed the
Mini Joker.
Yeah. The mayor or the whoever it was, whatever it was, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But she's complicit in all these murders. And it's just like, oh no, because friggin' BD Wong says that you're sane now, you're allowed to just go.
Roll out, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, man. That's, I get,
Do you get my frustration?
I do. I completely do. And, I feel like this is just really shitty storytelling again.
Yeah.
And, man, I feel like we're being really negative on our shows lately, but it's not our fault.
Yeah, look, I don't want to be. Look, we should really try to delve deep into finding the good in these things, but it's so much easier to point out the stuff that they're doing wrong week in and week out. Because at some point they're kind of treating us like idiots. And, we're better than that. All of us, every single one of us that watches these shows, every single comic book reader out there is smarter than you can imagine.
Well, I think we said this last week I think we said about Arrow, writers don't take your audience for idiots,
Yeah.
Give us a challenging storyline that isn't fucking just rubbish.
Yeah.
This bad guy's good. Now, catch you later.
Yeah. However, I'll go positive.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got some positive things to say about it as well. But I think overall, the overall sort of thing with Jim Gordon clearing his name and all that sort of stuff was pretty well done. It was a good episode. It was good from start to finish. Again, it wasn't like an episode that I was getting distracted by other things or anything like that. I was fully into the story. It was well paced. A lot of people don't, but I do like Benjamin McKenzie's Jim Gordon.
Yeah, no, I think it's good.
Yeah, I think he's cool. I think you don't need to have this whole range of emotions from a character who isn't overly emotional.
Right.
There's nothing that you really, need to show.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going with the Barbara Gordon thing. Obviously, I know that, they get married and all that sort of stuff. And, that's how the comic books go.
Yeah.
But this show has proven that, it doesn't really care too much about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I guess he's a killer. She's a killer.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. And this is another thing where he does clear his name.
Yeah.
which is great. And he does outsmart the Riddler, which is cool. But ultimately gets let off, free as a bird, for just breaking out of jail.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be some sort of punishment. Like, I understand that you were not guilty of the crime that you were put in there for, but to, like, bludgeon a guard and, like, you know, fake your own death and escape from a prison.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that and get away with it.
Well, that's right. Like, wouldn't that make your evidence, like, null and void?
Like,
I don't surely.
know. BD Wong, tell
Let
us.
us know.
You were a lawyer one time. Tell us the legalities. You know.
And it's not just that. It's the people involved in this.
Yeah.
You know, like, even though this man is innocent, surely you got to be reprimanded for helping a convicted murderer
Right?
out.
Yes. Harvey Bullock.
Yes.
Yeah. Harvey Bullock is the man that you want at your side.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. He's the man that you want at your side when you commit a murder, but basically get away with committing that murder, but then don't commit another murder, but then get put in jail for that murder, but then break out of jail for that one and clear your name for that, but then never actually mention the murder that you did in the first place.
That's right.
Harvey Bullock is your man.
That's
he will stand beside you, like, no matter what.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're exactly right. No reprimanding whatsoever.
That's it.
Seems like the GCPD is a really, really, maybe it's like super like union friendly or something, and everyone's afraid to like come down on people. I don't really know, but it seems like it's the show seems like it's not building towards much. But I know we're getting Azrael pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that breathes some life back into it.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm just holding my breath for that.
Yeah. Something that I know you were excited about.
Oh boy.
Right? Little Bruce Wayne is back.
Yeah. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you?
You did. You
fucking knew it. Like, what did I say? 1 or 2 episodes? I
Yeah.
think I was spot on here.
Yeah, actually, I think you were. It was like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And he's back. He's back in the mansion.
And he's just to Selena Kyle. Oh, no, I'm not coming back with you.
Yeah, but look, there's a reason.
Oh, there's always Bruce, the fucking master genius at 10 years old.
Yeah. The master genius of excuses.
Yeah.
Alfred has said to him that, you know, your father was working on something that obviously, you know, potentially got him killed. If you care about this girl, you need to either focus on this or, you know, focus on her, but you can't have both because you'll get her killed effectively.
Yeah.
So he decided to do the right chivalrous thing and say, Selena, fuck off. And she did. Which I think, you know, we'll see. Like, you saw that Lucius Fox had fixed all his computers, so they're all ready to go. So hopefully it's not too long before we find out what it's actually, like, what this big secret is. But who knows? Did you like it?
The episode?
Yeah.
It wasn't too... Actually, you know, it wasn't too bad out of everything this week.
Yeah, out of the stuff that was on this week, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a rating?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to give it, and this is the highest rating of the week so far.
Yeah.
3.5 dead Dobermans.
Interesting reference.
Yeah. P.S. The Riddler poisons a Doberman.
Penguin.
Oh, I said Riddler, didn't I? Yeah. Oops.
Penguin poisons a Doberman, and that's how he finds out that his family killed his dad or whatever. So you give it 3.5 out of 5 dead Dobermans. I'll give it 3.
Yeah.
No, I'll give it 3.5.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, because it was probably the best of the week.
Yeah.
So that's not fair. So I'll give it 3.5. And yeah, we'll see where it builds to.
Yeah. So that would take us to the Flash, but it's currently on break still.
Yep. So the Flash, as we said, it is on break. Initially, we said that it was on. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Not we. Not we.
All right.
You and your dates, mate. Get your shit together,
mate. I'm a consummate professional. So I will admit my mistakes. Look, initially I said that the Flash wouldn't be back until the 26th. The truth is, it's actually the 19th, so it's actually back next week. As we said, it does return with Versus Zoom, and the guy who plays Jay Garrick, Teddy Sears, has said that, you know, we're going to delve right into Hunter Zolomon's origin. But more exciting than that, he stated that we're in for a very, very satisfying reveal of the Man in the Iron Mask. We won't see it till the finale, but he says it's going to be good.
Oh,
so
cool.
to me, that says it's not another Jay Garrick because that'd kind of be like, meh, we got enough.
Yeah. I think it's the dad.
Yeah.
Because, remember, he was in that little, like, time travel scene or going through the vortex, whatever the shit is. And you saw him, you know.
So much research.
So much research. You know, him as the original Flash from the 1990s.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. And I think that'll be cool. It depends on how they play it, and it depends on how they play his character.
Yeah.
Could he have been the Flash on that Earth?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, could be.
Right? Yeah.
Does that mean there's a little Barry running around that Earth too then?
Yeah.
Fuck, I might have to go
there
back
is a Barry.
Is there? I'll have to go back and watch it. Oh, he is the
met
Barry.
him.
No, he is the Barry.
Or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's
Flash will be back on April the 19th. Look out for it with Versus Zoom. Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow. It's on break until the 27th and comes back with Canary Cry.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
What's Canary Cry going to be about?
Well, basically, you know, it's going to see the team dealing with the aftermath of the Black Canary / Laurel's death.
Yep.
And it leads us to the Long T's funeral scene. You know, they've shown this from the fucking very first. I think it might have been the first scene.
I think it was the first scene of episode 1 of this season.
Yeah. So, you know, I just want to see this paid off.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's going to see Diggle. He blames himself and goes after the new mayor. I guess, you know, in his way of getting some redemption.
Because of his brother, do you think?
Yeah, I think so, you know, because all that kind of lead up to, you know, Laurel's death.
Yeah.
So he's probably taken this really upon himself, which, you know, kind of is your fault, mate.
Yeah, and you know, we do see scenes of him confronting new mayor Aruve Adams, I believe her name is.
Yeah,
with a gun. You know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's probably just his stun gun.
I actually haven't even seen the trailer, so there you go. But, you know, we'll see Captain Lance dealing with another, my daughter's dead. Man, this guy has no more tears left.
No more tears. He's all cried out.
Yeah.
You're right, though. I think he's buried Sarah like twice.
Yeah.
Right? Technically, like from the boat, and then when he thought that she died as the Black Canary.
Yeah. Actually, does he know that she's the White Canary?
I don't know. I've completely lost track. I don't know if he knows. No, he does know. Surely he knows that she is alive and well. Yes, I believe he does.
Okay. Let us know.
Let us know if we're wrong,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure he does. And that's why he's okay. Until daughter number 2
is gone skis.
Gone skis.
But, you know, and because of that, you know, he believes that Nissa Al Ghul may hold the key to her revival.
How would that be?
Oh. Now, you know, I've heard rumors that the rest of the season is going to be spent looking for Lazarus pits.
Why?
Well, obviously, the one has been destroyed at Assassin HQ because it's got a big sign above it now because everyone knows it.
Yeah, just a big neon sign.
Yeah.
Please come here to join the League of Assassins.
But yeah, that's the rumor going around. They're searching for Lazarus pits, which will be, man, this show's on its like last legs in my opinion.
Oh, really?
If it's doing another Lazarus pit revival,
yeah. Look, I get it with Captain Lance. Like, I get why he would be looking for one to, like, you know, I know it saved my daughter Sarah. Let's do the same thing with Laurel. I don't think they'll go that way. I'm pretty convinced that this character is gone. I think that might be the little wish / secret thing that she told Oliver on her deathbed. You know, like, if I die...
Yeah.
Don't revive me in a Lazarus pit. Because, like, I would think that, you know, she's seen what it's done to Sarah. She's seen what it's done to Thea. She's probably got a contract on another show. And it's just like, you know, don't bring me back.
Yeah, good.
That's what I think it is.
Well, because we don't want her back.
Well, no, we don't. But, you know, in all fairness to her, this show could bring her back like that.
Well,
if they wanted to.
Well, we spoke about it last week, and you know, we said that the Flash is bringing her back through. What is it, Earth 2 or something like that?
Yeah,
so,
Earth 2 is the Black Siren.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that Lazarus pit's not found, but guess what? We'll just grab this one from the other Earth, eh?
Yeah, that's probably exactly what they'll do. Just bring back a little vial of Lazarus pit water. Moving on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about...
Or bring back John Constantine to revive her.
Right.
That would be cool.
John Constantine. How many times do we have to say it? We're 10 episodes in now. God damn it. No one's done it yet.
Yeah, and you know what? You didn't get onto that show for ages.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't. You're right. But I did.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
And, I'm just going off on a tangent here.
Yeah.
In John Constantine, like in one of the first episodes, the thing that like just sold me on it was you got to see Dr. Fate's helmet.
Yeah.
That was so good.
I think that took like 17 seasons of Smallville before you got to see Dr. Fate's helmet. But yeah, it did. And I think a lot of people have borrowed from Arrow's first season when they fucked around so much and they didn't do a single thing.
Yeah.
And people got shitty with it real quick. And then you find season 1 of Flash is just like bam, bam, bam. All this stuff happens. Supergirl, bam, bam, bam. And Constantine did the same thing. Like, he carried on with that. And that's really cool. But the character's just cool anyway.
Yeah, he is. I can't believe the show got cancelled. I think it was just on at the wrong time.
How the fuck does Supergirl get a full first season?
Man.
And Constantine can't make it past... Like, I don't even think it made it past 10 episodes.
No, I think it only got a half season.
Yeah. Whoever's in charge, man... Fuck you.
Get your shit together.
Sick of your shit. Anyway, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which came back this week with the Magnificent Eight. So Rick and the team head to Salvation, USA in the old West in 1871 in an attempt to hide out from the Hunters. The gang decide to really buy into the whole Old West theme, and they end up teaming with Jonah Hex in order to battle the Stillwater Gang.
First thing I want to say here.
Yeah.
Isn't The Magnificent Eight that Netflix movie by Adam Sandler?
Yeah, actually. Is it Magnificent?
I think it might be.
Because remember, that's a playoff of Quentin Tarantino's movie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, oh man, that's such a shit movie.
Either way, it's a terrible movie. Not Quentin Tarantino's.
No.
Adam Sandler's.
Yeah. So bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. But this wasn't that terrible.
No, this was a pretty fun episode.
Yeah. And I think this show does well when it gets away from the whole premise of what the show is about. And it just, allows the characters to just fuck around in other time frames.
Yeah, that's it. The only thing is it doesn't build to much doing this stuff.
That is true.
And, it's fun. I think all these episodes are really self-contained.
Yeah.
Until, the last 5 minutes where it's just well, now we're going here for this reason.
Yeah.
So I think this whole season's kind of being structured in a way that you could be flicking through your TV and you land on this show and you can just pick it up from anywhere.
Yeah. Because what episode was that? Episode 10? 11? It was 11.
Yeah.
And within those 11 episodes, even though the whole thing is about them supposed to be, catching and stopping Vandal Savage, which by this stage is stupid, and just stop it.
Yeah.
Just move on with something else. But they've referenced that probably, 6 times out of 11 episodes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've had all these filler episodes. But some of those filler episodes have actually been, some of the better ones.
Yeah, definitely.
So when they go to Star City in the future, that was cool.
Yeah,
that was nothing to do
that
with
was
Vandal
probably
Savage.
one of their best episodes of the season.
Yeah.
Because that kind of ties in everything.
Yeah, it does. And this was another one. Yes, it was it was a silly setting and it was super cliched.
Oh,
and it was very camp and it was very it was very, very much like you would be making this for some 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Or something, but it was still fun.
Yeah, it was.
I personally I don't know, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, so did I. I mean, the only cliche thing that was missed was a tumbleweed going down the street.
Yeah. You're right. It probably happened at some point.
It probably
did.
did.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, just missed it.
Yeah.
But one bad thing from this episode, well, it's probably not the only bad thing, but it's the one I'm going to talk about now.
Yeah.
Was Jonah Hex was a letdown.
Yeah.
He was just hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it was.
I know what time travel is.
Yeah, that's basically it.
And welcome back, fucking Rip.
It's really kind of let's throw a big DC comic name in here because we can.
Yep.
but let's not actually do anything with the character at all.
That's it. You know, he was purely there to go, what do you, he dropped the name of a city, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Said that, yeah, you're time travelers, I know. Don't fuck me around.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, hey, Rick. Oh, Rip.
Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip, how you doing?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, what?
Oh my God, mind blown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I don't think it was the best representation of Jonah Hex.
No.
Definitely better than the movie, that's fine.
Still haven't watched it.
Don't bother.
Bloody won't.
But I don't think they did a lot with the character.
Yeah.
And they could have done a lot more. And there's talk that they might bring him back, which
Okay.
is fine.
Yeah.
If they actually do something with him. I read something about there's a possibility that he could join the main cast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which would be fine.
Yeah.
Because, you know, not everybody needs to be picked from the present day, you know, future or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
They could pick people. They could go get Abraham Lincoln if they wanted to.
Yeah.
It could be a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That's right.
Where they just go through history and pick like all the best people.
Yep.
But if they don't do it right, it's just going to be, you know, it's going to look like they've just picked a character's name and gone, let's use this one. He's pretty big. People like him. And they do absolute shit with him.
Yeah, that's right. And another letdown to this episode was the Time Hunters?
The Hunters.
Oh, is
Just the Hunters.
Just the Hunters.
Yeah. Hunters of what?
Yeah.
Because they did shit all.
Fuck, they rocked in wearing motorbike helmets.
Yeah.
They looked like they were out of fucking Mad Max.
Yeah.
They looked ridiculous.
Which could have been cool, except for the fact that they got their asses handed to them so easily.
So easily.
How much this entire team, this is like 7 or 8 people, you know, against Kronos, struggle.
Exactly.
And then 3 of these hunters that apparently Kronos is afraid of, right?
They just take care of.
They take care of like that, so easily. So that was a massive letdown.
It was. And, you know, there was something quite interesting that happened, like, in their battle, is that I noticed, and I don't know if they've done it earlier in the season or not, is that they're not afraid to just kill these people.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Who was it?
Totally pro-killing.
Yeah, totally
On
pro-killing.
these shows, like, go for it.
But one of the things that was really interesting was Adam. He,
Yeah.
like, shot through someone.
Yeah.
I was like...
Just like
wait,
a bullet.
Yeah, I was like, did that just happen?
Yeah. And it's like, if you're willing to do that,
Yeah.
why haven't you done this before?
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was interesting. It was cool, but they weren't afraid to kill. Rip killed a human. Just didn't even care.
Yeah.
Like, you
yeah,
know,
that too.
he's a bad guy, but he killed him.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely no worries whatsoever.
Doesn't care about the timeline.
Apparently.
Yeah.
As much as he says that he does.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you know, that annoys me with this show as well, is that it's very much the same thing every week. It's like they go somewhere, Rip's like, don't fuck with the timeline.
They
then
fuck
the guys
with the
go,
timeline.
oh, okay. And then they go fuck with the
Yeah.
timeline. And Rip's like, oh, okay, well, that's going to cause some damage. And it never does.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, it's repetitive storytelling.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
isn't fantastic.
Yeah, that's the drawback. And, you know, that's what I was saying earlier. You could just jump into fucking any episode and it's... You know what's happening.
Yeah.
It's because it's the same fucking story.
Yeah, that's true. I am, however, I am loving, believe it or not, and this is like for me, who this was my least favorite character when I found out that the show was coming.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like her on Arrow either. But Sarah Lance, like
Oh,
the
really?
White Canary, I'm really actually starting to enjoy her character progression.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think she's just, you know, she has more character depth than most of them. But I enjoy her interactions with Snart. And I'm now, like, you know, after this episode, like,
Yeah.
I'm starting to enjoy her interactions with Rory as well.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty funny, like the whole, you know, outdrink me, all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
you know, blah, 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 whatever happened. I thought that was pretty cool, but she's one of the characters that I'm actually drawn towards.
Oh, you see, because I had a complete opposite reaction to her this episode. I was just like, meh. Like, come on.
You know who my meh is? Bet you can guess.
Oh, bet I can.
Kendra.
Yeah.
All right, so you are officially the weakest link on this show.
Yeah.
If there was a way to make you go, I would make you go. I'd keep the show.
Yep.
I'd replace you with someone else because you are boring as batshit.
Yeah. Bring in another mystical person, John Constantine.
Hey, Constantine. However, I am getting dead set sick and tired of them trying to force this romantic connection with Ray and Kendra. Like,
Man.
fuck me, man.
It's even like her fucking past self is like, don't do it.
Yeah. But then she's like, no, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And one thing
And
that...
then your fucking favorite person at the moment, Sarah's like, yeah, you can do it if you want to.
Yeah, but like one thing that I thought was interesting, and this is not something that I came up with myself. It's something that, again, that I read. But it's... So this whole future or past or like older version of herself is saying that, every time you end up with somebody, it always ends in tragedy, blah, 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 all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Guess what? Every time you're with Carter, it also ends in fucking tragedy because he dies every time, as do you.
Exactly.
So what the fuck does it matter? Just be with fucking someone if you want to.
Yes.
Whoever wrote that, fucking on you, mate, because
It was shit.
That sums it up. No, not the writer of the show. Whoever wrote that comment, because that sums it up perfectly.
Yeah,
like that's how sloppy this writing can be.
Yeah,
like don't get involved with somebody because it's going to be a tragic ending. Well, guess fucking what?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Anyway, let's move on. It was another episode without Vandal Savage.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think that's good. And I am looking forward to how they play out this Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I think that could be cool. I have a real sort of like Terminator vibe, I guess, going on.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, she can pop up in any timeline and just kill you at any time.
Yeah.
So how do you battle that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you constantly keep going back and back and back and back?
Yeah.
It's good.
But knowing this show, they'll fucking have it wrapped up in like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And it'll be shit.
Yeah.
Because they haven't played on the bad guys very well. Whether it's Vandal Savage or whether it's the Hunters or whether it's Kronos. Kronos is probably the best of the lot.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, before we knew it was Mick Rory, Kronos would just rock up and just fuck shit up right at the end.
Yeah, that's right. And, I guess that came full circle to explain how he knew where everyone was.
Yeah, that's fine.
But...
I don't know. I think Vandal Savage needs to go as the bad guy. I think they need to beat him this season, and something else happens and they have to like take on somebody else, bring in a different bad guy, because having this whole thing revolve around Kendra and Carter, who has been dead since episode 1 or 2, like you are literally revolving your show around the most boring character that you have.
That's right.
So stop that.
Yeah, and fuck. How many episodes is it? 11, did
11.
you say? We've had 11 episodes and they've had no success.
Yeah.
At all.
None.
So I don't look forward to the episode where it's like, oh, we're actually going to beat him. Well, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Because you never do.
Yeah. We know.
Yeah.
We know how you guys work.
So, I agree. They need to remove Vandal Savage as the antagonist.
Yep.
And I recommend bringing in another time traveler bad guy.
Yeah. So that's what I mean with this Pilgrim.
Yeah.
It could work out to be really well, but they probably won't do it that way.
Yeah. They need to.
Yeah.
But
either way, moving on. Had a fun time with this episode regardless.
Yeah.
It's just easy to pick like the bad points. Overall, the show was actually pretty good. If I was to rate it, I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
3 out of 5 what? 3 out of 5
bar fights.
Bar fights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Second best show of the week.
Yep. For sure.
For sure.
All right. And that's going to move us into our main segment.
Doing this.
There are other ways to save lives. So much you don't know.
Teach me.
So this week we saw the release of the very first trailer for Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
And man, that got us excited.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, this movie is, it's going to be absolutely nuts. So we've decided to dedicate this segment to talking about the trailer. Some of the characters we'll definitely see.
Yep.
Some of the characters that might pop up, and because Troy loves his fucking trivia so much.
I love trivia.
Yeah, he's going to throw a little bit of that in there too.
Love me some trivia.
Yeah.
So this movie really kicks off Marvel's what they call their Phase 3.
Yes.
And the Phase 3 is, as you would probably know, the lead up to basically 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
And what it does is it's going to introduce us to some new characters, as well as finish the storylines of a couple of the ones that we've grown to love. So you'll find like your Civil War.
Yeah, that's going to probably end
Captain America up until, Infinity Wars.
Yeah, well, that's what Phase 3 is it the first Infinity War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll introduce characters like a Doctor Strange standalone movie, as we're going to talk about.
Yep.
There'll be Black Panther.
Ant-Man 2.
Yeah. There will be Captain Marvel.
Is that in this phase?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sure it's right at the end. It's like 2019.
Yeah, right.
Or something like that.
There you go.
The Inhumans is another one.
You sure? Because I thought that was the last of their things.
It is the last of this. It's like end of 2019.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I do apologize, sir.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. But
that's your one apology.
That's all I get for my life too, by the way, not just this show. But yeah, so this is what Phase 3 is all about, and Doctor Strange kind of kicks that off. Civil War will really technically kick it off.
Yeah.
But this will be the first of the standalone movies that we get to see, which is cool. And it's going to be released, I believe, on the 27th of October here and the 4th of November in the States.
Yeah, they usually get the week after us.
Yeah. Which, like that's cool. Whatever.
I'm happy.
I'm happy we get it a week earlier.
Except we do usually wait like a week or two so we don't go and get smashed by the crowds.
Yeah, so we don't have to sit with the millions of people that I've already raged about one time in the cinema. I won't do it again. Now this movie should be awesome.
Yeah, it should be an acid trip movie.
Yeah, basically.
And, we saw that in the trailer, actually. Now, this is where I have to be super honest.
Yeah.
I'm not the most up-to-date person in the Doctor Strange universe. I can appreciate it. But, I guess I'm going to be asking you the questions mostly about it.
Okay.
Because welcome to 60 questions.
60 questions. Welcome to 6 million questions.
Yeah. So you're going to really, I guess, have to take the wheel, Jesus, on this one.
And I am happy to. Without talking too much about like the trailer itself, because I know you've all seen it now, it doesn't give you a lot. I think it was kind of like... Was it classified as a teaser trailer, or is it the official first trailer?
No, it was a teaser trailer.
Okay, because a 2-minute teaser trailer is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, trailers are getting longer and longer now.
Yeah.
Look at the Batman vs. Superman, perfect example.
That's like 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. So in the teaser, they're obviously not going to give away too much. But with the teaser and with the promotional artwork and all the stuff that we've seen so far, I think we can really piece together this movie fairly well.
Yep.
And I guess the best way to do that is to talk about some of the characters, like you said. Talk about some of the characters that definitely pop up. There's a couple that are still unnamed that we can kind of speculate as to who they might be.
Yeah.
Some major characters that we believe might pop up. And, a couple of other things that we see that aren't necessarily characters, like his house and things like that, which we can talk about as well. If you would like to learn some things.
Yes, educate me. Fill my ear holes with glorious Doctor Strange facts.
Oh, okay. So why not then start with Doctor Strange?
Okay.
So Doctor Strange is going to be played, as we all know by now, by Benedict Cumberbatch.
It's not Cucumber Patch. Wow.
No, I'm laughing harder at that joke than I need to. But it was good. I'll give you that. No, it is Benedict Cumberbatch. So he will be playing Doctor Strange. And I'll give you a brief rundown of the whole story, I guess. Very quickly, though. Like, I don't want to delve too much into it. I don't want to bore you with, like, all this sort of stuff. But, look, Stephen Vincent Strange, if you need to know his middle name.
Oh, I do.
Okay. He was a famed yet arrogant neurosurgeon, kind of in the vein of, imagine like a Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Right?
but in the surgery world.
In the surgery
he's
world.
a rock star.
He is. And after a near-fatal car crash, he travels to Tibet to seek the help of the Master of Magic, who is called the Ancient One. Right? And the reason he goes to Tibet is because he is led to believe that the Ancient One can heal his incredibly nerve-damaged hands.
Yeah, because they get all fucked up.
Yeah. And you see that in the trailer.
Yeah.
And it means that he can't like hold his hands steady, so he can't perform surgery
Yeah,
anymore.
his career is ruined. Actually, that's a pretty heavy focus in the trailers. Is a lot of hand movements and stuff like that.
And when the magic comes, like it'll be a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
It's if they do it that way, that's good. There is a side origin story for Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Where he actually just hurts his hand in a skiing accident.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I think they've obviously gone with the car crash, which is cooler.
I've seen that one in the animated movie of Doctor Strange, actually.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So that's as far as my Doctor Strange knowledge goes.
Fantastic. Excellent that we picked this one for this week then. So he travels to Tibet to find the Ancient One, who is told who can repair his hands. Upon meeting the Ancient One, he is offered a position as a student, which he initially declines because being a scientist, he doesn't necessarily believe in all this magic sort of crap. But eventually and reluctantly he agrees. He shows incredible aptitude for the magical arts and eventually becomes the new Sorcerer Supreme, which is the title that is currently held by the Ancient One, which is the old... Well, not old, but the bald person that you see, in the trailer.
Yeah. And what happens in the trailer? It looks like she punches him, knocks him into another life?
Astral planing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So that's probably the first time you get to see him astral plane project.
Yeah.
Project, whatever you want to call it. And with this movie, interestingly enough, they've spoken that they're not going to really delve into his whole vast array of powers that he gets because his powers are insane.
Yeah.
But they are going to... It's probably going to be more of a lead up as to him getting his powers and things like that. He'll obviously have them by the end.
Yep.
But whether we'll see the whole array of them is probably unlikely. I do think Benedict Cumberbatch, is fucking spot on.
Oh man, the outfit, the trailers, the behind the scene pictures.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it is so spot on.
It's so good, and he's such a freaking awesome actor too, man. He's got that really sort of that arrogance yet likability. About him,
like a little bit of a dickhead, but not.
Yeah, like a little bit of a dickhead, but you can't help but like him.
Yeah.
All you really need to do is watch him in any episode of Sherlock, and it's kind of like exactly what you'd expect.
Yeah, right.
If you haven't seen Sherlock, people, get out and go see Sherlock. It's like the best shit.
Nah, I haven't.
Go see it then, man.
Nah.
I'll wait here.
Okay.
Go on.
Oh man, that was the best thing ever.
I knew you'd like it.
Nah, shit.
But yeah, so they'll probably save all his powers for the sequel, but I guarantee you'll see him with his astral planing, some projectiling, whatever.
Yeah.
A big part of all this is going to be what is called the Eye of Agamotto.
Now, that's the emblem that not emblem, I guess.
It's an amulet.
Amulet, that's what I'm thinking, that he wears around his neck.
Yeah.
Now, it's been rumored that it's going to have the time gem.
Potentially. And we don't know. So the amulet that he carries, this acts as the clasp of his coat.
Okay.
Of his cloak.
Yeah.
And the cloak itself is actually his cloak of levitation. So that cloak allows him to be able to fly.
Oh,
effectively.
okay.
So we might see that. Because we've seen him in the cloak, so there's a good chance that we'll see him fly. So the amulet holds that together.
Mm-hmm.
The Eye of Agamotto is not actually the amulet itself, but it's contained within the amulet and can be called upon sort of, whenever he needs it. It's got absolutely massive power. It can allow him to read minds, open portals to other dimensions. It can act as a shield.
So it can do whatever he bloody wants.
Pretty much.
Fantastic.
It's pretty cool. So I hope we see how he gets it, because it is held by the Sorcerer Supreme.
Okay.
So it will probably be passed on to him by the Ancient One.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's looking to be legit. Let me tell you.
Cool.
I guess another major character that appears that we know that is in there is Baron Mordo.
I know that one.
Do you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. But you might not know how they're probably going to play him in this movie.
No, because don't quote me on this,
Yeah.
but isn't he a bad guy?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's been behind the scenes pictures of him with Doctor Strange, which looks like he's, I guess, running with him.
Yeah. So in the comics, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown on Baron Mordo as well.
Yeah.
But in the comics, Baron Mordo was already a practicing student of the magic arts under the Ancient One when Stephen Strange came to study with him.
Oh.
Right.
I
so
see.
he was effectively the first chosen one.
First in line.
Yeah, first in line to be the successor to the Ancient One.
Yeah.
However, naturally jealousy ensues as, both the Ancient One and Baron Mordo begin to understand how talented, as it were, Stephen Strange is. And Baron Mordo decides to, attempt to take the Ancient One's life in I guess in an attempt to take the mantle.
Yeah,
himself.
so like to, I guess, progress
Yeah.
a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Stephen Strange stops him, Baron Mordo gets cast out, and that's when, Stephen Strange is made the Sorcerer Supreme.
Ah, okay.
However, in the movie, now, man, I hope I got this guy's pronunciation right, because his name is interesting. It's Chiwetel Ejiofor. We've seen him in a lot of stuff before.
Yeah, he's very recognizable.
Very, very recognizable, and a fantastic actor, let me tell you. I've liked him since the moment I saw him on Serenity, which is a movie that came after Firefly, the series Firefly. So I've loved him ever since then. And
You sure do love a lot of people.
I do love a lot of people. I have a lot of love in my heart.
Yeah.
For everyone.
For everyone.
Mostly Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben. Okay. Anyway, so yes, Baron Mordo is a major antagonist in the comics, and he often teams up with the dread demon Dormammu, who I'll talk about later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it seems that they're probably going to take this character into more of an anti-hero style role.
Okay.
So I think it's they're probably going to team up in an attempt to vanquish whoever the big bad guy is.
So, they have to join forces to beat a bigger evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I think they will probably clash as to how they do it. How aggressively and violently they do it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think he will play a very, very much anti-hero part, kind of in the vein of like a Loki or something like that.
Yes.
So it's highly likely that that's the way they'll do that.
Okay.
I don't think he's just going to be the major bad guy.
Yep.
But they could throw us for a twist and just do it.
Yeah,
Who
cool.
knows? So the Ancient One shows up in the trailer as well.
Yes.
And the Ancient One in the comic books is actually a 500-year-old man. Just a super old dude, got a big long beard, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's how I remember.
And the Ancient One has dedicated his life to mastering the art of sorcery and using his incredible abilities to oppose those who tend to use magic for evil.
Okay.
Right? So now, I guess he realizes that his time on the physical plane is nearly up. So that's why he tries to find a successor.
Well, I guess at 500 years old, you
Yeah,
kind of got to be expecting that, don't you?
Your clock's running out, isn't it? But it's the magic that helps him stay alive for as long as it does. Now, he initially chooses Baron Mordo, okay? And then it's Stephen Strange, again, as I've mentioned, that comes along.
Yeah.
They see his potential, and he effectively takes the mantle. Now, the obvious point here is that Tilda Swinton is going to play the Ancient One in this movie. Now, Tilda Swinton is a woman.
What?
What? Scandal?
But she's bald.
Oh my God. I don't think this is really a point at all.
No.
I think the producers or the writers or whoever have kind of said that it doesn't really matter. Like this character will kind of transcend gender.
Yeah. Do you think it might feel a little too Harry Pottery and Dumbledore-like if it was?
Yeah, probably. That's a very good point.
And, you don't want to really confuse your new watchers when you're going into this whole new kind of, I guess, mystical element universe of, your MCU. You don't want to go, oh, that's fucking Dumbledore.
Exactly. And I guess if you look where they were initially looking, like Morgan Freeman, who has played God, you know, and all that sort of stuff, like was one of the initial people that they were looking at.
Yeah, really.
I think Tilda Swinton is a much better choice.
Yep.
For the simple reason that she's an awesome actor or actress. Actor.
Yeah, it's just called actor now,
Yeah,
isn't
it is,
it?
right? No. Anyway, she's an awesome actor. She played Gabriel in Keanu Reeves' Constantine. So,
really?
She's not against playing these sort of androgynous characters.
Yeah.
And I think she'll be really, really good, man. She was the White Witch in the Chronicles of Narnia. Look, she's got a lot of... And I guess this is the best thing about this movie, if I can just point this out, is that while the director himself, like that, I think his name is Scott Derrickson, doesn't have a lot of experience with big budget movies.
Yeah.
I think this will be the real sort of first one that he does that's going to have this many special effects and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
He's built a cast of just fantastic fucking actors, man, that will build on this no matter what direction they're given.
Yeah.
They're all well and truly good enough to be able to make this movie fucking fantastic,
awesome.
just as themselves. Because a little bit of trivia about Scott Derrickson. He doesn't have the best run when it comes to critic reviews.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess. I did do a little bit of research. If you look at him, his worst, I think, is like a 9% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. His best is like 63. They average around the 20-30s.
But what do critics know?
Yeah, exactly. The same could be said about Kenneth Branagh before he made Thor, because he had no experience as well with big budget special effects and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but Thor was great.
Yeah.
And I think
First one.
the first one.
Yeah.
But it was great. And he had no experience with any of that sort of stuff as well. Great director, but, Yeah. So I think we're in safe hands, especially with the cast that we've got.
Yeah.
Because even if you look at the lesser cast, you've got Rachel McAdams in there.
Yeah, that's
who is
right.
still playing an unnamed character.
Now, I've heard rumors that, she might be Linda Carter.
Yeah.
Which is, for those listening at home, Night Nurse.
Correct.
Now, what does that mean for Netflix?
Yeah.
Daredevil. Jessica Jones, all that.
But that's why they called her Claire Temple. Because they knew at some point Linda Carter was going to make an appearance in the Marvel Entertainment Universe.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why the speculation is leading that Rachel McAdams, being a fellow surgeon or, doctor or whatever of Doctor Strange, will probably be Linda Carter.
Oh. How do you feel about that? You think that's a waste of that character?
Well, I don't know if you know this about Linda Carter, man, or Night Nurse in itself, but she had her own run of comics that lasted for 4 issues.
So it killed it.
Yeah, so she's not a major character, but she does pop up here and there. She's helped Daredevil here and there. She's helped Doctor Strange here and there. But as far as the character goes, it's something that they could really build on if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of backstory to her.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean is like, she's not a huge character. So like, why would you like hold the rights of her for the movies?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers for you.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay. I thought you might have.
Oh, look, you have disappointment in your eyes. I've let you down.
No, something's in my eyes. I'm not crying.
Let's move on. Now, what we don't know about this movie is we don't know the villain, right? There's what we do know is that Mads Mikkelsen is going to play the main antagonist, I believe. Now, if you don't know who Mads Mikkelsen is, shame on you, because he's Le Chiffre from Casino Royale, James Bond. But more importantly, he's Hannibal Lecter from the friggin' awesome TV series.
Oh, really?
Hannibal.
Oh, I've never watched it. How do you have this much time?
I don't know. I just find it.
Yeah.
I stay up to like 4 a.m. watching this stuff. I don't know, but look, that series was great. Mads Mikkelsen is an awesome actor. There's rumors that he's going to potentially be the character Nightmare.
Okay.
Now, I say that because he has been previously named to play that villain, and that villain plays a big part in the whole Doctor Strange universe.
Okay.
To give you a little bit of a rundown, so this will be an on-screen incarnation of the ruler of the Nightmare world. So that's where the life essence of humans is brought when they sleep. So he kind of...
Oh, so it's like another realm.
Yeah. And that could play into where you see him in the trailer, and he's kind of moving his hands, and the whole like landscape is just shifting and moving. And
like he's in that church or something like that.
So it could well and truly be like the Nightmare realm.
Yeah.
Or, something like that.
Okay.
Look, there's a good chance that it might not.
Oh, that's interesting.
Who knows? I think it could be. He could be playing just another previous student of the Ancient One. He could be playing like a minion of Dormammu, who I'll talk about in a sec. But at this stage, we don't know.
Okay.
It's all speculation, folks. Please don't put money on any of this.
Yeah. Well, we're just taking this from a teaser trailer, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not me, you are.
Yeah. Look, we know for a fact that Wong will turn up. Now, Wong is Doctor Strange's long-serving manservant. So he'll be there, played by Benedict Wong, who is also a great actor, currently plays Kublai Khan in the Netflix series Marco Polo.
Okay.
Now, the major thing that I want to talk about is the possibility of Dormammu, because this is probably the major antagonist in Doctor Strange comics. So I think it's highly likely that at some point we'll either see him or we'll be made aware of him. Okay.
So you think they'll go straight to his biggest villain?
I don't know. And that's the thing. Like, I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it's such a I don't think they'll do it in this movie, to be honest with you. I think at some point it'll show up, but I think they'll make reference to it.
It'll hint to it.
It'll hint to it in some way, which is kind of why I think, like Mads Mikkelsen might be a minion of him. But basically, Dormammu is the demon lord of the dark dimension, because there's a whole heap of different dimensions. There's the Earth dimension, the nightmare, all this sort of stuff, right? So he is an immensely powerful being, capable of things like interdimensional travel. He's made repeated attempts to conquer the Earth in a quest to gain more power, but has been thwarted multiple times by Doctor Strange, even though Doctor Strange is technically not as strong or powerful. I guess he's just more resourceful. He's got better facial hair.
Yeah. Well, not in this movie. In the comics, he does.
Hey, you haven't seen him shave yet. It's a teaser trailer.
I don't know, man. I've seen the on-set photos.
That's true.
He's a bit thin.
Bit thin. You're right. Yeah, actually, you are right. A couple of things I also want to make mention to that we do see. We do see the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yes. Now, this I know.
Yes. So this is his mansion, or his, his lair, if you want to call it a lair. This is his man cave. I did a little bit of research. I wanted to make sure I understood fully what Sanctum Sanctorum stood for. It's literally translated to Holy of Holies, or an alternative to that is the holiest of places. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Also cool is that this actual place has a real address.
Yeah. It's located in New York, isn't it?
It is. So the official address is 77A Bleecker Street in New York City. Apparently, it's right on the corner of Bleecker and Fenno Place, right smack dab in the middle of Greenwich Village. So, the reason for that is because the creators actually lived there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so when they created the comic...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, when they created the character, at least one of them... I think Steve Ditko lived in that actual apartment.
There you go.
Yeah, so a little bit of trivia.
Is that really the smartest thing to do?
I don't know. Here's what's not smart. Don't go to 77A Bleecker Street in New York City, because I actually don't know what's there anymore. It could, it could very well be a crack den. It could just be a Starbucks. Who knows?
Should I quickly look it up on Google Maps?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. You keep talking.
Okay, I'll keep talking while you look it up on Google Maps. So we're definitely going to see the Sanctum Sanctorum, which is most famous for its giant circular window. So we don't know how much that will play, but I think it'll be cool. As I said, we're definitely going to see the Eye of Agamotto. We're going to see the Cloak of Levitation. I just think I've got really high hopes for this movie, and I hope I'm not setting it up to fail. But I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be awesome. And I want to hit you with a little bit... Oh, my God, have you got it?
Yeah, I do. What's that?
It's a tree.
Yeah, it's nothing much at all. Maybe, hey, you reckon
it'd be that apartment building.
Yeah, you would think so. Eh?
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you bloody go.
It's not a crack den. Go
No.
visit it. 77A Bleecker Street, Greenwich Village.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty nice place.
Yeah, it does. Looks all right.
Yeah,
Typical.
I'd live there.
Yeah. Typical brownstone kind of look.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There you go.
Fantastic. Now we've all learned something. I'll hit you with a little bit of quick trivia before we wrap this up.
Okay.
Do you think... Have I given you enough information?
No, I think so.
Do you think you have an idea?
I do. And you've Give me
Enlightened?
you've enlightened me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's good. It's good.
That's what I'm here for. Some trivia.
Okay.
Just quick rapid fire trivia.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Doctor Strange debuted in Strange Tales number 110 way back in 1963.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's right. And it was created by Steve Ditko, who's probably most famous as the co-creator and master artist of Spider-Man and longtime collaborator with Stan Lee.
There you go.
This is not the first live-action version of this movie.
No, there was a shitty one, wasn't there?
Well, yeah. The honor goes to Peter Hooton, who played him way back in a made-for-TV movie called Doctor Strange in 1978, I believe it was, or 79.
I bet you that has one of those trailers where the guy talks like this.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to fuck with Doctor Strange.
Don't fuck with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We should
Let's
use
look
it
it
as,
up. We'll look it up.
That might be the intro.
Yeah. There is a potential, however slight, that we could see the Scarlet Witch in this movie, because in the comics, she is actually an apprentice of Doctor Strange.
Oh, really?
So she could make an appearance, whether it's this movie or a next one, we don't know. And conveniently, in the 2001 movie Thor, which we spoke about earlier, the Orb of Agamotto can actually be seen among the treasures in Odin's treasure chamber.
Really?
What?
I'm going to Google that.
Google it. Well, it's true.
Yeah, I believe you.
Like, you don't think I research this stuff? Like, I just make this stuff up on the top of my head?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give these people facts that aren't facts.
Yeah, but, you know...
Like, I would tell them wrong dates and stuff like that. What am I, crazy?
Yeah, but, you know, like, all those things in, like, his little treasure chamber might not be all real because, you know, there was the Infinity Gauntlet in there.
Yeah.
But it was... I don't know if it was for the right hand. Yeah, so I think there might be two gauntlets out there. Because you see Thanos, who grabs, I think, the one for the right hand or the left hand. Either way, I
believe it's his left hand.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I don't know if that's the correct hand that the Infinity Gauntlet goes on.
Either way, if you're saying that there's a possibility of two Infinity Gauntlets out there, why can't the Orb of Agamotto be there?
I don't know. I'm just
in
saying.
his treasures.
I'm just saying, man.
Doesn't make sense because it's actually possessed by the Ancient One, so I don't know why they would not have it at that particular point.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Internet could have lied to me. I don't know.
Wouldn't do that.
No. Anyway, that is going to bring us to our final segment.
And now it's time for our final segment, Get to Know Your Favorite Superhero, brought to you by Kasplat Comics. Check them out on Facebook or check out their website, kasplatcomics.com.au. So, in an attempt to bridge the gap between movie lover and comic book newbie, part-time contributor to the show and mega Doctor Strange fan, our good mate Dennis has researched his big, beautiful heart out to bring you three of the best comics from the mystical world of Dr. Vincent Strange. Starting with, of course, number 3.
Number 3 is Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment. In an unlikely graphic novel team-up written by Roger Stern and penciled by Mike Mignola, Doctor Strange is forced to help save the life of Doctor Doom's mother, whose soul is trapped in hell. This series sees the pair fight the Lord of Hell Mephisto, and through a number of wonderfully crafted plot twists, show why Doctor Strange holds the title of Sorcerer Supreme. You heard me right. That's Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom fight the devil. It doesn't get much cooler than that, you guys. Why aren't you reading this already? Go do it.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Marvel Premiere issues number 11 to number 14. In this arc, we follow Doctor Strange as he travels back through time, tracking a rogue mystic who plans to steal all of Earth's energies for his own use. They travel so far back that they appear to witness the Big Bang and the creation of the universe. This isn't anything outside of the norm for a standard Doctor Strange comic. It has crazy powers, amazing artwork, and a killer storyline. It even depicts powerful wizards from our own mythology such as Merlin to be part of the Marvel Universe. And to top it all off, this is the first storyline where Doctor Strange becomes the Sorcerer Supreme.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Strange Tales, issues number 130 to number 146. This 16-part story arc is often credited as being the first true American graphic novel, and deals with Strange's obsession with finding eternity, the immortal physical incarnation of time itself. It's also where Steve Ditko began to experiment with new visual styles and techniques. The arc follows Strange as he's chased around the globe by Dormammu and Baron Mordo, and must escape their confines, all while being temporarily blind and bound in irons. One of the most visually striking comics ever, which really shows why Steve Ditko was one of the best. Read them individually if you can, otherwise you can find them as a collection in Doctor Strange, A Nameless Land, A Timeless Time.
And that's going to bring us to the end of another episode. Make sure you tune in next week for episode 11, where we bring you 3 of the biggest and baddest Marvel vs. DC fights.
Yeah, the ones that you guys voted for.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be? No, we're not going to tell you next week.
I'm not telling you now.
You'll have to wait and find out. So, look, make sure you subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher to get the episode. Otherwise, you can stream it for absolutely nothing, as well as all our previous episodes in case you miss one, from our website, comicconpod.com. Also, follow us on Facebook at Comic Confidential Podcast or Twitter and Instagram at ComicConPod. Sometimes we're funny on them too.
But mostly not.
Mostly not. Sorry. Until then, as always, I'm Troy.
And I'm Kade.
And this has been Comic Confidential.
Cheers.
Peace.